Hello everyone. 53 Maharashtra Battalion and the Anand College of Arts combinedly organized or celebrate Yoga Day on the 21st June. Okay, here ANO Lieutenant Vivek Zample and our cadet Hadpat Akash Shivanand presenting a yoga practice. First, we'll see what is yoga. Yoga is the physical, mental, spiritual practice which originated in ancient India with a view to attain a state of permanent peace of mind in order to experience one's true self. And if we look at the origin, yoga is the stilling of the changing state of mind. And the origins of yoga are the matter of debate. So it may have a pre-Vedic origin. So if we study the terminology in Vedic Sanskrit, the meaning of word yoga is to add, is to join, and is to unite. So the purpose of yoga, the ultimate goal of yoga is moksha or liberation. The definition of what form this takes depends on the philosophical or theological system with which it is conjugated. The benefits we see, the many studies have determined the effectiveness of yoga as the contemporary intervention for cancer, asthma and the heart diseases. In national survey, the long-term yoga practitioners in United States reported musculoskeletal and mental health improvements. So there are different yoga techniques and the most of the common among them are the pranayama, Surya Namaskar and meditation. So today we'll see the five main types of pranayama. The Bhasrika pranayam, Kapalbhati pranayam, Brahmari pranayam, Anulom Vilom and Brahya pranayam. Here our cadet Hadpat Akash is demonstrating the every pranayam that we are going to practice here. So first pranayam, that is the Bhasrika pranayam. So when we do any physical exercise of a body demands more oxygen, which signals that the heart to pump faster, thus raising the heartbeats. But did you know that when you do the Bhasrika pranayam, you pump even more quantity of oxygen even without the body not asking for it. So in Bhasrika pranayam, first you need to sit properly in Vajrasan or in Sukhasan or any asan you feel comfortable. Okay, so in cross-legged position, and in that position inhales deeply. Okay, start inhaling and your hand should be straight. Okay, and exhales slightly forcefully. Okay, inhaling and exhaling. So inhale slightly forcefully and it continues for 20 breaths. Okay, so relax after every breath you feel yourself relax, and do it 20 times. And every day you can start your pranayam or yoga with the Bhasrika pranayam. So there are many benefits of this. It favorable effects on the respiratory and digestive system. It drains excess phlegm from the lungs. It oxygenates the blood, increasing vitality of the organs and tissues. It strengthens the tones, the abdominal region, calms the mind, and it energizes the entire body of the mind. Okay, so we'll move towards the next pranayam, Kapalabhati pranayam. In Kapalabhati pranayam, it's a very powerful breathing exercises. that not just helps you to lose weight but also brings your entire system into the perfect balance. So yes, Kapalbhati pranayam or a skull shining breathing technique. uh, First you need to sit properly. Sit comfortably with your spine erect. Place your hands on knees and palms open to the sky. Then, as you exhale, pull your stomach and your navel in back towards the spine and do as much as you comfortable can. And as you relax the navel abdomen and the breath flows into your lungs automatically. So take such 20 breaths to complete one round of Kapalbhati pranayam. Okay, and do 2 more rounds of Kapalbhati pranayam every day. So there are many benefits of this pranayam. The breathing technique involves active exhalation and passive inhalation. So it aids digestion and removal of acidity and gas related problems. So regular practice of Kapalbhati is also beneficial for belly fat loss. So we'll move towards the next pranayam, Bhramari pranayam. In Bhramari pranayam, it's a best practiced on the empty stomach. Okay, it should not be practiced by the pregnant and the menstruating women. It also contradicted for the individuals with extremely high blood pressure. And when it can be practiced at any time of the day, Brahmari is particularly potent in early morning and the late night. So when there are fewer distracting noises and our inner perception is the most acute. So how to practice it? Okay, uh, first sit properly. Choose your comfortable sitting position, and if you are able to, the best sit crossed legs on the floor with a cushion and the blanket to comfortably elevate the hips. uh, so you may choose towards the front of the chair or with your feet flat on the floor. Allow the spine to strengthen so that the back, neck and the head are erect. Gently close your lips, keeping the teeth slightly apart, and bring the tip of your tongue and the space between the upper teeth, and maintain the position of the mouth and throughout the practice, and frequently checking, ensure that the jaw remains relaxed, and then close each ear and the thumbs and place the index fingers in the midpoint of the forehead and just above the uh, eyebrows, and reach the middle ring and pinky fingers across the eyes so that the tips of these fingers press very gently against the bridge of the nose. Okay, and to begin, take a long deep breath in through the nostrils, bringing the breath all the way into the belly, and drop the chin to the chest and begin exhale slowly. Okay, so after that position of the tongue allows to vibrate to better resonate throughout the head and affecting the tissues of the brain. So keep the body completely still. Bring your awareness to the center of the head, to the Ajna chakra. So letting the sound feel the head and spread to the body. Okay, merge with that sound and allow the vibration to permeate your entire being. At the end of the exhalation, slowly straight your neck as you inhales again through the nostrils to repeat the process. So after the final inhalation, allow your breath to return to the normal and observe many changes that have occurred. Okay, this is the Bhramari pranayam. Okay, you can do it in 5 or 6 times at a time. So there are different benefits of Bhramari pranayam that we see here. It is the best cure for stress. It lowers the blood pressure, thus relieving hypertension. It releases cerebral tension. It soothes the nerves. It stimulates the pineal and pituitary glands, thus supporting their proper functioning. It dissipates anger. Okay, these are the few benefits of the Brahmari pranayam. Let's move to the next pranayam, Anulom Vilom. Anulom Vilom is a very simple to practice and retain. It can be easily performed in the following steps, and the suggestions to be seated in quiet, calm and comfortable position before its beginning. Sit in a cross-legged or any position that you feel comfortable. Shut your eyes to relax for a few minutes. And now take your right hand and slowly place it in the right nostril. While resting your left hand on the left knee, press hard to that airflow through the nostril. It's temporarily obstructed. Now slowly take a deep breath from your left nostril. Shut both the nostrils on hold. Exhale, breathe a few seconds. Now release your finger and from the right nostril, which will allow you to exhale the air. So while doing so, make sure that your left nostril is safely shut with the help of your ring and the little finger. And deeply inhale from the right nostril while shutting the other one with the with the ring and the little finger. Similarly, hold your breath for a few seconds by keeping both the nostrils shut. Okay, so ensure that the exhalation is slow and it takes longer than the inhalation. Okay, this is the Anulom Vilom. So we'll see the benefits of Anulom Vilom. It is excellent from respiratory issues like asthma and allergies. It helps in balancing and relaxing the nerve system. It helps to relieve the headache, removes the toxin from the body. It builds up the stamina in the lungs. It reduces the stress and keeps anxiety and depression at bay. So this is the Anulom Vilom, and we'll move to the last pranayam. Okay, this is the end of the Anulom Vilom. So we'll move to the next pranayam. Next pranayam is the Bahya pranayam. Bahya means outside, and this pranayam focuses exhaling out. Okay, sit in a position of Padmasana, okay, or Siddhasana. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Exhales completely to evacuate lungs as much as possible. Hold your breath and touch your chin to the chest, that is called the Jalandhar Bandh. By pulling the stomach in and under the rib cage, such the stomach and the back seams touch each other inside, and it is called Udyan Bandh. And lift the muscle from groin area is called the Mal Bandh or Loot Bandh. So hold the three bandhas for the same time as much as you can, 10 or 15 seconds. Keep your breath as long as possible, 10 or 15 seconds. Deeply releases three locks, and it repeats the Brahya Pranayam 2 to 5 minutes. Okay, when it felt necessary to inhale, first raise your head up, lose your abandon, and finally open the Moola Bandh and breathe normally. That repeats the 3 times. This is the Bahya Pranayam. So you need to look at the 3 bandhas. So the benefits of Bahya Pranayam: it's helpful to cure the acidity, constipation, gastric problems, thus improves the digestion. It's therapeutic for hernia and effective in the diabetes. It is helpful for reproductive organs, urine, sperm related problems get cured with the regular practice. It releases stress, tension, and it calms your mind. So these are the 5 Bahya Pranayams that we have seen through its practice and through the benefits of all these pranayams. So thank you once again. Thank you, the principal of the college, the Anand College of Arts, Dr. S.P. Gaikwad, and at the end of it, I would like to thank you, the CEO of our 53 Maharashtra Battalion, CO Colonel Abraham sir. Thank you, everyone.